We are constantly told that India is unique because of its Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb, a perfect melting pot of two religious streams unified in rare equipoise and harmony. While there is no denying that India is truly multicultural and secular, very few will tell you why. But now, as we critically examine this narrative, and there are many who are now unearthing facts, it is becoming clear that India is secular because Sanatan Dharma is inclusive, because Hindus are tolerant. Look around you. In no Muslim majority country from Damascus to Dhaka are the minorities safe. The Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb narrative has prevailed largely because it is based upon a well-entrenched lie that a section of the polity goes to great lengths to guard. But the truth has a habit of slipping out, and it is from under the ground. Literally, take for instance the case of the mosque in Sambhal. It is transpiring that the Sambhal mosque was also built upon a site that bears witness to a great act of vandalism, a project unleashed by Islamic settlers to destroy Hindu civilization. And just like in Ayodhya, Kashi, Mathura, the ASI has begun to uncover facts that suggest that the Sambhal Jama Masjid may have been built over a temple-like structure. The survey report of the Shahi Jama Masjid in Sambhal submitted to Court of Civil Judge in a sealed cover alludes to this. The 4.5 hours of videography and approximately 1,200 photographs reveal some interesting facts. Banyan tree inside the mosque compound was one of the things that was discovered, usually a leitmotif of temples. A well, half of which is inside the mosque, which the other half is outside. The external portion of the well has been covered up. Over 50 floral patterns associated mostly with the Hindu temple structures have been identified. The dome area has been flattened. Evidence of changes to the old construction have been discovered along with signs of new construction. This, viewers, the report concludes, is an attempt to hide what the original structure was. A triangular shape has been plastered and painted over. Inside the mosque, beneath the large dome, a chandelier is hung using a chain tied with wires. This type of chain is typically used in temple bells. Now, viewers, the fundamental question is, what's brought in later? Yes, right now it's submitted in a sealed cover. Excerpts of it are out in the public domain because of resourceful reporters. But viewers, if there was such a Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb, why would anyone want to alter a structure to hide the truth from Hindus? Is that brotherly? It's a fundamental question, and let's pose it, viewers, tonight. Let me ask Faizan Kidwai of the Samajwadi Party, the party that stands resolutely behind the Sambhal agitators who had a problem with the survey team going in here. They created mayhem, they shot at the police. So, Faizan Kidwai Saab, now the survey, some of what it claims is out in the public domain. What's brotherly about deceiving Hindus? It's a very blunt question, it's a troublesome question. But I'm asking you, sir, since a large number of you constantly ask about how brotherly is it if the Babri Masjid was brought down. That was an act, we all agree, of communalism, of retribution. Why is this not that? If you are going out of your way to paper over history, to deceive Hindus, is that Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb, sir? Kidwai Saab?
So first of all, nobody is deceiving Hindus and nobody wants to deceive Hindus. And yes, Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb is a fact. I am a living example of that. I have friends across different religions. They are Hindus, they are Sikhs, and we participate in each other's functions. And there has never been an issue. Unfortunately, over the years, especially since 2014, there has been this slow poisoning in the minds of the impressionable youth of this country, and this hatred has increased. It has been normalized. That's unfortunate, but that's a reality.
Mr. Kidwai, the report says, Hazur, sun bhi lijiye, report says that there has been an attempt to alter the structure, the existing structure, the structure that was there. There's been a massive attempt to alter it, to cover and hide certain truths. These are not my words.
So the reports...
you have read the newspapers, you've read the Indian Express, you've read the Times of India, you've read...
cover, sir.
How
do you know the content of the report, sir?
This is the beauty of it, isn't it?
It's still in the sealed cover,
That doesn't matter.
Sir.
My point is, I'm asking you a specific question. What is in the public domain? What has come through our reporters? Now, you call them geniuses, magicians, call them investigators. I don't know. The matter and material is out there. I have seen the
So
covering note
first
also.
let the
And the
Honorable
covering note
Supreme
makes it
Court-
very clear. So I'm asking you, sir. No, don't
No,
hide
no,
behind the
you're wrong,
Supreme
sir.
Court. Don't hide
You-
behind the sutans of the judges.
No,
I'm
no,
asking
no.
you, what is so brotherly about deceiving another community that you say
I'll tell you.
you are completely in consonance with? How does this
I'll
happen?
tell you what is. I'll tell you what is deceiving Hindus. I'll tell you what is deceiving Hindus. When you don't give proper jobs to people of India who are Hindus, Muslims, everybody who's suffering. It's Indians who are suffering at large. Who's deceiving Hindus? Who's not telling Hindus what is the reality? There's this Rastogi Parivar who had the keys of the Hanuman temple, and BJP was promoting this propaganda that there was Hindu exodus and they were forced to close the temple. It was the Rastogi Parivar. I have the statement on record, on video with me. I can play it for you if you want. They have said they did it out of their free will, and there was no exodus. They went, most of the family, they went out for personal reasons, and they closed the mandir. BJP was trying to push this narrative that there was some communal flare-up, and because of which such a situation happened in Sambhal. So who's deceiving Hindus?
So you're saying you're saying this is all politics. Okay, one second.
Of course,
Mr.
it is
Kidwai,
politics.
maybe you don't know, but half my family was externed from a state called Jammu and Kashmir, specifically the Srinagar Valley. This happened in 1990, and before that too. The situation had developed. There was no RSS there was no BJP there was not even the whiff of the BJP there, as it is not now. Right? How do you think that happened, sir? Why were Hindus made to leave their homes if there was this bhaichara, if there was this Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb? Do you even know what the calls that were made from the mosques were? I'm sure, sir. You know a little bit of the history.
That.
I don't want
That's
to go down there.
unfortunate
Who burnt
Yes, sir.
the Godhra trains and for what reason? So let's not open all these wounds by denying things. The fact is a fact. And I want to bring in Dr.
You
Ranganathan.
want to say there have been no communal rights? May I, sir?
No,
please,
one second.
Please.
One
So since
second.
you're speaking... Sir,
No, let me bring in Mr.
about-
Kidwai. Dr. Ranganathan, Mr. Kidwai. Let me bring him in. Let him also respond to you. There's Ajay Alok there. There's Mr. Jindal there also. Yes. Dr. Ranganathan, what do you make of what Mr. Kidwai is saying? This is a sensitive issue, viewers.
No, and first of all, let me say, as Faizan Bhai says, Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb is alive and present, and I am the living embodiment of it. I have many friends who are Hindus. Likewise, I have Faizan Bhai as a friend and a brother. But does that mean that I believe in Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb existing? Certainly not. It is palatable as long as you make Hindus suffer and you appease Muslims. That is the tenet and dictum of this Ganga Jamna Tehzeeb. Look, to deny us our temple of divinity is to destroy for us our temple of democracy. Rahul, keeping the most sacred places away from Indians, not just Hindus. I keep repeating, this is a civilizational issue, not a religious one. Now it is untenable and undemocratic. It can only happen in a banana republic. Ayodhya, Gyanvyapi, Mathura, Bhojshala, and now the astonishing revelations coming out of Sambhal. The rights of our ancestors being reclaimed is catharsis for us, as a deliverance of justice. And this is not about a particular mosque. This is about a legal claim and about the Places of Worship Act 1991. Look, the act does not apply to any place of worship which is an ancient and historical monument or an archaeological site or remains covered by the Amara Act or
Correct.
Ancient
Incorrect.
Monuments
Incorrect.
and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 1958. Now it is but obvious that the Sambhal Mosque is an ancient and historical monument and covered by the Amara Act, and therefore the Places of Worship does not apply to it. Point number two.
It
but
does,
here
it
is
does.
the tragedy, Rahul. A legal recourse to correct historical injustices cannot be denied in a democracy. Historical injustices that are not covered by the Amara can now never be addressed unless Parliament overrides the Place of Worship Act. Quote, no place of worship usurped or built upon another place of worship shall be allowed to be used as one unless ownership is rightfully settled in a court of law, unquote. This, according to me, should be the real Places of Worship Act. As simple as that. Single sentence. And this is not a Hindu issue. I keep repeating. If a mosque had been demolished by a Hindu king and a temple built on it, I, a kafir, a Darwinian atheist, for whom Islam sanctions death penalty, would have fought for the right of Muslim brothers like Faizan to legally get back their mosque. The one hallmark of justice is that it has to be applied universally.
Yes.
Because when one goes by logic, morality, First principles objectivity, as science and law teach one to do. Numbers do not matter. 4, 40, 40,000 or 4 million. Each and every cry must be heard. Rahul, just 30 seconds. Let me just end by saying this. The only friend of justice is evidence. Nobody is destroying or digging up mosques. Just surveys. Non-invasive surveys are enough. I quote now. The underlying structure which provided foundations of Babri Mosque together with its architectural features is suggestive of a Hindu religious origin and existence of temple structure dating back to the 12th century, unquote. This is for the Supreme Court Ayodhya verdict.
Absolutely.
The fact of the matter is Mathura, Sambhal, Kashi, Bhoj, every demolished temple has to be resurrected.
Well,
every shivling unearthed.
Let me tell you, viewers, that the obstacle is the Place of Worship Act, and I'm going to ask Ajay Alok, sir, if it is, why isn't the BJP scrapping it? You have the numbers in the Lok Sabha, you can muster the numbers in the Rajya Sabha. Simple question, sir.
You are very right. But BJP has a very strong belief that if something is pertaining within the ambit of law and with the Supreme Court, let's not get political about it and let's not interfere politically in it. Let's see what the Supreme Court comes out with. They are already doing.
No, but you moved a law to override the triple talaq thing. So you did that.
Of course,
so why can't you do the same for Hindus? Dr. Ranganathan and other Hindus are asking for their civilizational justice.
Triple talaq was never approved by the parliament. We just ridiculed and we just banned the triple talaq from parliament. There's a lot of difference.
Article 370? Article 370?
Article 370 was incorporated in the constitution post-independent.
So you overrode
because of Nehru, and that's why he
through parliament.
That's why he repeated.
See, all these arguments, viewers, they don't cut muster. The fact is, if you have a problem with the Waqf Act, where is the Waqf bill? Where is the Waqf bill? 2 sessions of parliament have come and gone. It's still in consultative mode. Viewers,
it's with the
UCC,
don't worry, Rahul,
not there.
Rahul, everything has a time.
Okay, everything has a time. So then let's not, then don't cook up, then let's not give people like Mr. Kidwai the opportunity to say that you are using politics to stoke up emotions. When you have to do it, then do it.
No, we are not
don't talk about it.
We are not
don't talk.
Politics to stoke up emotion.
Okay.
Give me 10 seconds. Yeah. Give me 10 seconds. Just give me 10 seconds. The very concept of Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb, let me tell my friend Faizan, it's an Awadhi poetic dialect that like Ganga and Jamuna, Hindu and Muslim, they just flow like, but ultimately Ganga and Jamuna merge together and become one. So Mr. Faizan, do you really think Hindu and Muslims are going to merge together and become one? They are never going to do that. Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb is a very
beauty of India is in its diversity, sir. Why do you want to merge everything into one?
No, Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb.
Why do you want to merge everything into one?
Okay, anyhow, viewers, whether they don't merge or they remain tributaries or they remain parallel rivers, it doesn't matter. The point is that if there is a claim, why go out of your way to hide it, to deny the other side by cheating them of the facts? Admit, yes, this happened. Don't blame us. Blame the ancestors. Hamari kya galti hai bhai? Let's move on. That's all people require sometimes. Yes, Doctor, I got it. You were showing me. Yes, I saw that.
Just 5 seconds. I was showing the inscription that is in Sambhal Mosque. Yeah. The ASI says on 6th of December, note the date, 1526, the mosque was resurrected over the temple.
Yes.
6th of December.
Yeah. Anyhow, viewers, I leave it at this because there is something else that in public interest I want to share. Thank you, Mr. Jindal, also for being part of this debate.